All right, we'll build a little TP action. You don't want to choke it. You want to make sure you get nice airflow. Vinny, you got a lighter? Oh, I do. Make sure you bring a little flame, unless you want to, you know, get your flint or your magnifying glass. Both reasonable options.
We tracked Fettel to an abandoned building just up
TP
ahead.
method allows good air
No sign of enemy
circulation.
activity on the satellite, but don't
nice
take any chances.
Once this stuff
you in
is
position?
Then we're pretty rocking and
All right,
rolling.
move it up.
How you feel about that, Vinny? Oh yeah, you don't really talk much. Put a couple bigger logs on there, get a nice bed of coals going. You know, this is a pretty good size for cooking. You don't need massive logs when you're gonna be making these fires. That's great for if you wanna, you know, sit around the fire for like, you know, 5 hours, roast marshmallows and talk about better days and shit, but we're not out here doing that right now. We're trying to make a fire to cook on. Maybe tonight, Vinny, we'll go down and we'll get some larger ones to come back for the old campfire sit around, you know? We'll drink whiskey and reminisce of.
Why'd you bring me back?
Probably just go to bed. Look at that little thing, huh?
Hold on a sec.
Man, what a beauty.
Come on.
Woo!
Go!
Morel mushroom, found in the woods. Not planned. If that don't get you going, you know, I can't help you. Yeah, it's a beauty. Come on, you ain't gonna find this in the campground, I'll tell you that much. Well, you might slice that up. I'm gonna cook you a little steak, Vinny. How are we gonna be doing all right? Fire burned down. We got a nice bed of coals here. What I'm gonna do is shovel out these coals, and we'll make a nice little bed here. Rake them in, and that's gonna be the fuel for our cooking. Nice and sturdy. This little guy here. Let the heat up a little bit, and I'll start prepping the meat.
The dead man's name was Charles Haberger.
So we got a little hot zone up here, a little cooler over here for the veg. I mean, this is plenty this year. If you wanted to get a real hot spot, I like to bring like a French skillet, and you can place that right on the coals. You don't want to put that over flame. If I were to put those steaks over the flame, it'd just be way too hot. When you move things around, you know, it's not like you put thing one, you know, that's it. And then in the back, we're putting more wood to keep the coals up.
What's going on? I've lost Fettel signal.
Okay,
Comcast
so
and Mother. I hope you aren't busy. We've got a situation.
notice the little juices, good stuff, flavor bombs, dripping onto the rock. I mean, I like the rock and all, but I like me and Vinny better, so we're gonna let that drip into the mushrooms and zucchini, let that get nice and nice. We'll cut that up and get eating.
We'll be ready.
Hey, back up.
I've paid for worse, that's for sure. Yeah, so got your little 3-zone fire, cooking good stuff in the woods. Don't get much better than that, huh? Bon appetit, babe. You want me to say, like, hey guys, I'm Bradley. Hey guys, I'm Bradley. Oh, dude, we can't do that. Hey guys.
I've tried to forget.
I can't do that, seriously. Hey guys, I'm Brad Leone
so
from...
hard to forget.
Hey guys, I'm Brad Leone. You might saw me cooking some food in this here cast iron, and you're gonna wonder possibly how I was gonna clean this. All you need is, since you have your fire, a little steel wool. Get it nice and hot. Just a little rubby rub with the old steel wool. Wipe it down with a little rag and get back to cooking. Ooh, that looks good, huh? A little Pilsner in there, bud, huh? Who's better than us, Vinny? Look at that. Put that in your magazine, Vin. Oh yeah, we both work there.
Yo, fuck shit up.
Vinny, you hear that?
Dan Mother, this is Little Bird. We're on
Just
the ground.
sizzling shrimp.
Copy that. You're on the point. See if you can get this meat out. Nice and warm.
Me. You. All right, we're set up here in the woods. We got our multi-zone fire all dialed in, ready to go. If you guys want to learn more about how to make that incredible multi-zone backwoods fire, tune in. No. Check out, just say that. Check out a previous episode we did about that. Check this out. We got a nice little thing going. All right, set up my little work area. We're gonna make a little dinner back here. Got this pretty sweet cooler, and it really allows me to bring other types of foods into the woods other than just the usual stuff, you know, hamburgers and hot dogs, you know. This ain't no big deal. So what we packed up in here, check this out, man, get in here. So we got some oysters, Patagonian wild red shrimp, very nice. We got some langoustines all the way from friends down in New Zealand. And then I got some salmon collars that I'm soaking in a little soy sauce. Pair with the bag, they're gonna get real pretty on the grill. First fish, we're gonna do salmon collars. Oh, get out of here. Let them smoke, let them cook a little. We'll do skin side down first. I'll let these go on shrimp. So yeah, we're just gonna throw these right on the grill now. We're not gonna clean them or nothing. Just throw them right on. Cook them through, but not crazy. And then I'll put them in the cast iron over there, which is hanging out. We'll put a little butter in it, spicy, and we'll do a spicy kind of buttery shrimp thing. I mean, how bad could that be? Just gonna want to flip these little bugs up, real nice little shrimp. I just wanted to get a little smoke, a little char onto the skin. So as they start to, the ones in the hotter spots, I can just put right back into here.
We tracked Fettel to an
I need
abandoned
to
building
invent
just
something
up
for
ahead.
smoke in your eyes.
No sign of enemy activity on the
doing over there,
satellite,
Vinny?
but don't take any
Oh,
chances.
maybe they
Jed
call that
Kowski, you in
goggles.
position?
Yeah, the thing, here's a good little,
All right,
little
move
tip.
it up.
Woo, 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 hot. When you're cooking fish, if the skin doesn't want to release, wait, it will when it's ready. This one's starting to move around. Ooh, look at that color on that, huh? And what's nice about the collars is that they're relatively cheap. As they're getting more popular, they seem to be getting a little more expensive. They're fatty, they're delicious, but they're also kind of tough. It's not like a big floppy, flaky fillet. They
We
call it
tracked
collar
Fettel
because
to
I
an
guess it's
abandoned building just up ahead.
collar.
No
It's
sign
like
of
right
enemy
behind the
activity on
head
the satellite,
before
but don't
the
take
fillet,
any
that little
chances.
chunk there.
Jed
where that
Kowski,
little
you in
fin is.
position?
The fin? Well, which fin?
All
Vin?
right, move it out.
Fish have several fin. They got these fin, I think they call them the pectoral fins. And then they got, I think, the dorsal. Okay. Different species have all different kinds of fins. Vinny, that's a different television show, all right? But stay on topic. Those don't really need too much. Put a little bit of lemon in there, let that get a little color. All right, I got a little bit of spice, a little custom blend here. So I'm just gonna let that heat up and then I'll put it off to the side again. I'm gonna add a little bit of butter to these shrimp. Let that melt, start getting nice. Oh, a little bit of paper. I gotta mix it. Ooh, this is like a little riff on like Old Bay. I got another little thing here. It's kind of like Aleppo, but it's like a Maras beer. The salmon collars, you can
Hold on
tell
a
when they're
second.
done. You can start probing around when the meat goes from that like almost very glossy, deep, almost
Go.
red orange to that more opaque, lighter pink. The fish is done. And the collars can really take like a hammering of heat. They're so fatty, it's almost like you want to cook them pretty hard. The shrimp cook pretty fast anyway. The best way to check is to take one out, cut it open. The shrimp should be white all the way through, not like that translucent, raw kind of shrimp looking. I mean, again, these are references. These are ideas that hopefully you guys can find some inspiration on. Get out in the woods and cook for yourself. It's not like, oh, cook this shrimp for 15 minutes because your fire is going to be a little different. Your hot spot might be a little colder than mine, yada, yada, yada. So it's like, you guys know what to do. Just do it. Not just because I'm sitting on a Yeti cooler, but I will tell you what, I was pretty surprised on how well, those fish were ice cold. We're not 25 miles off in the Appalachian Trail, schlepping all the, cast iron and stuff like that. So, save your comments, all right? We walked in about 15 minutes. I just want to get into the woods and get out of the kitchen and just try different things. Look at those shrimp. That's a beautiful thing.
Come in.
So those shrimp are pretty much
going
done.
on?
I'm gonna let them hang out. Let's try this bad boy out. I've never cooked these in the woods. It's pretty much, I think, you can eat the claw, but I think it's all about that tail, baby. So let's try to get that a little chot up. And we'll flip them around, get those claws cooking. I want to finish them in the potatoes.
We'll be ready.
Ooh, something smells good, huh? Yeah, langoustines, very similar. It's almost like a little mix between like a giant shrimp and a lobster. I've been wrong before, huh? Maybe we should Google that one. Woo, Nelly! Look at that, huh? Don't use your tongs there, bonehead.
Come on, make a push.
Squeeze. So we just melted some butter in there. I put a little bit of that Old Bay riff on there. And some scallions. And put a little bit of green garlic in there too. That'll be a nice little sauce for the langos, for the shrimp, for whatever you want, All right, we got some nice juices coming out of the heads of these langoustines here. Means things are starting to happen pretty good. Tail's starting to curl a little. Usually, it kind of cooks like a small lobster. So I'm just gonna place them. Woo! Woo! All right, for me, like a perfect grilled oyster is like 70% raw. So like the outside gets a little color, doesn't look raw, it looks cooked, but on the inside when you eat it, it's just pow, little ocean popper, man. Ooh, ocean popper, Vinny. No, cut, don't film this. It's like I haven't learned anything. You want Vinny to not film something, you certainly don't say, Vinny, don't film this. So you got your flat side, and then you got the cupo side.
Since you're on point, see if you can
So
get this
I like to take the cup side down, and as they get hot, they'll start to pop open a little. Oysters, like I said, they really depend on the size, as cook times go, and how you like them, because you can't just eat these raw. So let's face it, it really comes down to personal preference. As soon as they start to pop open is when I like to eat them. As soon as they open up, I like to just let them cool off a little. Oh, this is it, man. So it's got that little inductor on top. I like to cut. Oh, yeah. Look at that, bud. Like I said, cooked on the outside a little, but you can tell that's raw on the inside still. Ooh. So boom, we got a little appetizer. Everything else is done. We're good to eat. Now, ooh, meaty, man. Look at that. Cooked all the way through. Oh, that's good, man. I'm not just saying that. That's good. Oh, catch them all. Ooh, that was good, that shrimp, man. Oh, look, I'm gonna peel. Oh, look at that, Vinny. Huh? Look at that funky salmon. Oh, good God. Tell me you don't like salmon. I'll tell you try a collar. Perfect. Daddy, it's almost like salmon belly. Let's try that anyway. Oh God. We didn't need butter sauce. If the tail doesn't want to come off, that means it's not cooked. And a great way to open these bad boys up, similar to a lobster tail, just crack them in your hand like that. Push those little spikes in. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Maybe you don't do that. Oh, that was good, Vinny. All right, what I'm going to do here, do the old long stretch. I'm going to pull that little heat element out now because we're done cooking. We have enough little coals under there just to keep our food hot. Right? We can all gather around the campfire, me and all my friends. So you stumble across someone in the back of the woods here cooking. Man, that smells a little funny, huh? It don't smell like hot dogs and hamburgers or bratwurst. Hey, all great, all fun. But look at that spread. Middle of nowhere. With the right cooler, you can bring anything in the woods. Brought Vinny. Man, I tell you what, I wish I had this at my house. It's fun to cook on. It's a lot of work, but as soon as you get a little system down, like so, you can really just start to have fun and play around and start cooking with different ingredients. And I mean, I don't know, it don't get too much cooler than sitting around a fire next to some mossy mountain here, eating langoustines and salmon collars and some pretty gnarly looking shrimp. Bon appetit, baby. Oh, the bears? You worried about bears? Yeah. Well, we clean up real well. You know, we'll get a big fire going later. Any
He's
seafood
alive.
trash, and we'll bring our garbage. We can, if you have garbage, you can
Doesn't
put it up
appear
in a
to
tree,
be injured.
or you can hike it out.
Although I don't know
But,
how he survived.
We should be fine. You know?
Worry about that later. I'm
Hope so.
reading Fettel's transmitter near that position.
No, Vinny, I ain't noodling, man.
Fast.
You know what?
Keep
I'll do a
looking
lot
for
of things,
handcuffs.
Vinny, but I ain't noodling for fish, okay?
You
Bring
can't
my
send
own
him in
seafood,
alone.
pal.
That's crazy.
All right, noodling. That sounds. I go noodle. I end up sticking my hand in one of them holes, pulling out a snapping turtle, missing about 3 fingers. All right, I'm good. Freaking noodle. You going noodling, Vin? Yeah, I think so, bud. But want to fly me down somewhere, go noodle with one of them boys who knows what they're doing? I guess I'll do it. Stick my hand right in there. Oh Jesus, Vinny, did you do that? No. I don't know if I have a corkscrew.
Tomcat, looks like I'm not going to be able to send you any reinforcements for a while.
Yoo-hoo!
Headquarters. Let me get right in the middle of it.
Who's better than us, Vinny?
Calling the shots. Thanks, man, guys.
I don't want to go to urgent care, Vinny.
I
ain't cut my leg off.
Anymore.
Urgent care. No, we got this nice tape. Don't worry about that, Vinny. Everything's good, babe. Just don't look at it. Don't look at me, Vin. You know, a guy cut his thumb off doing this. Not to go jinxing myself. Vinny, Sleeping Beauty. Welcome to the party, babe. Don't worry, I got breakfast going. You know, spoil you rotten, Vinny. We got our percolator coffee, pre-ground coffee, brought it with us because we're smart. And then, yeah, I got my little setup again, my little 3-burner, you know? 2-burner, but 3-zone. If you want to learn more about that little 3-part fire that I invented, you can, there's another video, you can check it out right here. Yeah. Nice. Rendering down a little bacon here, Vinny. And then we'll add, I got some sweet potatoes and baby Yukon Gold potatoes. Speaking of which, Vinny, before you joined, I got a little boo-boo. I cut one of my fingers cutting them potatoes. But it's all set up, it's clean. You know, good tip, bring first aid kit. Hey guys, I'm Brad Leone, and even I bleed. That's why you gotta bring first aid kit into the woods with you. Add some onions, sweat them out. I like that, man. That makes me happy then. Looks like our coffee's getting there. Nice, I'm dying for a cup of coffee, Vin. Maybe a cup of coffee and a nice shower. Maybe we'll find a little river. These were the guys that got me, bud. Oh, but boy, was it worth it. Oh, look, it looks like my fingertip. As you can see, my fat is dripping down that way. So I'm gonna add the potatoes down there and let them pick up some color in that saucy bacon fat. And we're gonna just let those cook for a little bit. We slice them about, you know, what, an 1/8 inch thick. So, you know, they won't take too long to cook. You know, let me fiddle around with the fire, see if we can get a little more heat. Straight from the charcoal factory. Whew! Hot, baby. Sweating. Maybe we should have went to a bagel store. You know, next time we come out here, Vinny, we're gonna get a nice piece of 1/2 inch steel. We'll tack weld that right on, and then we can have an extender. You can go right in there, like a pizza oven. You live and you learn, you know, that's what's the beauty about this stuff. Every time you come out, you learn a little bit, something you can tweak. You know, first time I came out and cooked in the woods, didn't look like this. So we got this nice little sausage wheel, pork sausage. All right, nice. We're gonna put this in the little cast iron, and I'm gonna add a little Earl. Just get things nice. Get a little spindo. Get that oil mixed up. Yeah, we'll let that brown up. It's got a little cheese in it. Guy's texting. Oh, Vinny, coffee's ready, bud. All right, we can have a cup of Joe while we're waiting. Vinny, you're getting the blue one. Not bad, Vinny. Stumptown, baby. Stumptown coffee. You know, it's one of them things, you know, when you work hard for something, it's always a little better, right? You're out in the woods, and then you come back home and take a shower. It's like, oh, I think you earned it, Vinny. Put that over the heat a little bit. Yeah. All right, we don't need this cast iron. See it, babe. Yeah, I got a lot of cast irons here. What's it to you? As you can see, this isn't exactly, you know, the ultra weight, you know, backpacking gear. But that's not what we're doing. You know, we're out here just cooking food in the woods, picking up some color. Potatoes are probably just about done. And I like the sweet potatoes, man. Underrated. Now, wait, I got off my seasoning finger, so we're going to go lefty. Oh, make it rain seasoning. Oh, look what I found from our last one. A little crustacean friend. You know, we come back here a few more times, we'll start to get this place. Stumble across back here. I want to make it look like someone's living here, you know? Let's get weird, man. Hey, baby. Make sure you get a great shot of my ass. Look, I got a little green garlic. Start sweating that out in there. And there's a decent amount of bacon fat in there. That's a good fat barrier for the eggs. It won't be all nasty, sticky, I don't think. That don't take long, you know? Everyone knows that cooking eggs. So, be surprised. We'll make little dimples, okay? Like kind of like a baked egg thing. You can find recipes for baked eggs on bonappetit.com. And then we'll heat up our English muffins. Man, it's turning into a feast. This is sweet, man. I'm happy right here. Yeah, let's get a little fuego under that sausage. What a great word, fuego. I think that means fire, right? Sounds like a song by, what was that dude? Pitbull or something? Fuego. Start getting a little bored up here in the woods. You start talking about things, you know? Hanging out with freaking Vinny all day. Talk to a tree. No offense, Vinny, I love you. We got these stone fruits, apricots, peaches, plums. Just, you know, halve them, pitted them. Gonna do a little drizzle with some molly. There you go, toss, huh? I mean, that looks good right there. Call it a dish. Now look, a little pinch of salt in there. And look, we'll see how this goes. It'll work small in batches in case this starts going a little wild on us. Whew. English muffins. Some people call them Engle muffins. I think in England they just call them muffins. That might not be true. You know, usually when you toast an English muffin, I get it. You got all the little nooks and crannies. I like just treating it like a little bun. I might not even cut this bad boy open. I think I'm just gonna rip it and just ta-ta-ta, you know? We'll put these right over here. Just let them get a little toasty. Now these, I just want to put a little color on them. You know, the natural sugars in them just caramelize a little. I'm only gonna cook one side. And then right when we eat them, I got some real nice Greek yogurt. We'll do just a little smear of the Greek yogurt in the pit hole. We'll call that a little breakfast dessert. Let me crack the eggs, Vinny. I'm just gonna make a little dimple. We want them in the air, but not crazy. We check our peaches. Woo! And then it add nothing, you know, it's got its own sugars. It's a nice little fruits delicious. Ooh, that smells so good. And we'll keep this right over here in the cool spot. Just like that the residual heat from them will just kind of make them a little nice. I didn't want to cook them to mush. I want them to hold their shape and we can just bite them and cool down a little. We'll see how it goes, just a little bit. This will add just a little creamy tanginess to it. Maybe just a little sprinkle. This stuff is nice because it just bleeds into it. It's not super spicy, but it's got big flavor. All right, let's go check on the eggs. That's not looking too bad. Yeah, that's just about done. A little parsley to the party. Pepper. A little custom spice blend. When I go camping and cooking and stuff, I just like to make little custom blends of spices, you know, that you can use on several things, you know, that you can, are very versatile, you know, because you can't go bring in everything. I mean, we tried. Boy, that looks like breakfast to me, huh? I'm gonna make myself a little plate. I paid for work. I'm saying that a lot lately. All right, not a bad little plate for in the middle of the woods, huh? Got our fruit, we got our little crusted up cheesy sausage, and we got our nice little egg hash. Look, the yolk is still runny. Just like, you know, what this is all about is you got just up the camping game. Anyone can just crack an egg and make a couple strips of bacon or something, but we got a whole meal here, man. Let me try that fruit. Look at that, that looks good, huh? Hey, zoom in. Make sure you get my nice finger. A little mixed sweet potato, regular potato, green garlic hashy thing. I got nothing to say. It's delicious. Bon appetit. I don't even make breakfast as good at home. You know, it was one of those dreams. It was awesome, but I wake up now, I don't remember what it was. Something to do. I was in a car in like this country, but I don't know where it was. It wasn't the United States. Random people you know pop up and stuff. It's like, what are you doing here? Why are you here too? I don't even talk to fancy cars. It was a castle. I don't have a castle.
This is Jen.
That's why I love dreams, you
Heading
know?
inside.
Copy. So you stay out of my head, dude.
You're heading toward the last known location of that Delta team. Secure the site.
Hey guys, today we're gonna be cooking some St. Louis cut pork ribs. I got them marinating with a little spice creation, and we're gonna throw them on a campfire here, and I'll show you a cool little takeaway for using your empty cooler. So yeah, I got myself set up on a nice little 3-part fire here. So we got our little fire in the back that's producing charcoal for us to feed into these 2 chambers. I got these grates about anywhere from like 10 to 12 inches off the coal. We just want to gradually pick up some nice color, start to cook these through a little bit, and then I'm gonna make this little sauce that we're gonna baste on and keep turning and build like a nice shellac. From there, wrap them in foil, and then in the cooler they go. We also got some corn on the cob that we're going to char up with the husks on. See, what's great about a good cooler, it's just an insulated box designed to retain that cold temperature. It works the same way if you put hot things in there. It's going to keep it hot the same way like a thermos works for coffee. Because my favorite way to cook ribs, one of my favorite ways, is you grill them real nice and then wrap them in foil and put them in the oven for a couple hours, and they come out perfect. So we're kind of going to turn it into like a low temp oven. I'm going to miss this little setup when we leave, Vinny. Kind of a cool little kitchen, bud. Weird joint. I really get that corn, we get that corn on the cob going. I love putting corn on the cob like this. You know, I don't peel it, you know, or whatever you call that. What do you call that? What do you do? Husking corn, like corn huskers from Nebraska. Keep them right in here and just put this right over the cooking surface. If you're tight for space, sometimes I trim that off. You'll just keep turning them, let them get all charred up on the outside. The inside, when you're done, it comes out perfect. Nice and sweet, tender, kind of steams within the husks. So when you're working on a system like this over coals, you'll start to notice little patterns. I mean, you can adjust it by dragging coals to certain areas. You find your hot spots. This one's picking up a lot of colors. It's not, you know, switch them in and out. You just got to keep an eye on it and just kind of work the grill. So now there's a little bit of that dry rub on it. Next part we're going to do, we're going to build a little sauce that we're going to brush on the old ribs there. Just whatever you're into, some kind of just Stubbs, appropriate. Stubbs legendary barbecue sauce. And then I'll put a pinch of this stuff in. This was the dry rub that we rubbed the ribs down with. What a healthy amount of that. All of it. Only the good stuff. Good old fashioned Budweiser. Oh. Open that right in there. Okay, so you just do it yourself. And yeah, just mix that up. You want it kind of loose, you also kind of want it a little bit. You don't want it to just run right in. And that's it. That's all mixed up, ready to go. Oh yeah. Alright, let's go get a basin. We'll just start mopping it on. You just want to brush it on nice. You don't want to go crazy heavy so it all drips into the fire. I mean, some's gonna. But you just really, we're gonna do this like 15 times. So it's brush them on, and then you flip, and let it kind of bake on. Now this part you really don't want to walk away from too much because the barbecue sauce will start to burn a little bit. Let it go. As soon as I flip it, I start to apply. The sauce is starting to just like bake on it and become like its own little, you know, it's crusting up, it's baking on. I like the word shellac. It just starts to build layers of caramelized basting sauce. Meanwhile, we're turning our corn every so. We want it to get all charred up. Worry about the husk. The kernels, they're not going to have really any color on them. They're just going to be kernels. All right, let's just sum what we do. This is how.
This way!
All right, I ain't wearing this. One of them stupid looking winter hats with big No. You don't roll that way, right, Vinny?
What the fuck is ATC doing?
Oh, let me be your salty dog.
God, I hope you're wrong.
I can't say that. All right, I reckon we're almost ready to get them in foil. Oh, you didn't bring an industrial roll of tin foil with you? You know, camping, I think one of the best tools you can bring, I don't know if it's a tool, well, yeah, sure it's a tool, is tin foil. You can make a lid, you can make whatever. We're gonna use them to wrap up these ribs. Lock in the heat, lock in the moisture, and let them steam. Hello, what's up, Pat? Look at that. Look at that. I'd show that, please, Vinny. So yeah, I like to do a nice little double wrap because you really want to make sure all the heat and the moisture gets locked in. You know, it might seem like overkill, but trust me, it's not. So we're gonna take those, we throw them right back on there and just let them get nice and hot inside the foil. We cooked them. I mean, technically, you could eat these ribs right now. You know, you would be chewing them off the bone like you saw. But now, what we're trying to achieve is connective tissue and some of the tougher, you know, fibers start to break down. And I think that happens in most meats around 165, 160 something like that. 160 something like that. So by wrapping them in the foil, getting them hot in here, throwing them in the cooler, they carry over their heat and they actually continue to cook as if this were acting kind of like an oven. That color on the corn, that's what you're looking for. I mean, you can even go harder. I think it can really take a hammering. You want to do a good 10 minutes like this. So crucial, don't just wrap them and put them in there. It'll be a better product when you're done if you let them spend a little bit of time on the fire in the foil. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the corn right in the cooler. And then real quick, we're gonna just stack the ribs right on top. And again, the more things you add here, the more heat to trap, the better the oven. Close that baby in. Put a little nacho on there. All right, there's our little campfire oven. Right, if you wanted to, you could throw little locks on it. No one's getting in. Not Vinny, not Smokey the Bear, nobody. So we'll go ahead and put that right over here. We're gonna go take a little walk, come back in, say, 2 hours.
While you were out of contact, I got a read on Fennel's transmitter. He's all the way on the other side of the research area from here. You're gonna have to hustle to intercept.
All right, let me get my f***ing spirit back in this here, huh? It's been a day. Oh yeah, get in here, Vinny. Look at that, steaming, baby. Oh yeah. Oh, they're ripping hot. Grab one of them there ears of corn. Close the door to the oven. All right, let's peel this baby up. Mind the finger, the old glove here, you know. He distracted me. I'm cutting up potatoes with the mandolin. Vinny starts talking about freaking bow hunting, and I go, oh, I can shoot a bow. Hoo-hoo, I can also cut my finger off. Thanks, Vin. Yeah, it's ripping hot. It's hot. Hot to touch. Oh yeah, look at that. The meat is kind of coming. It's right there, man. It's perfect. Well seasoned all the way through. That dry rub really penetrates it. The meat's tender as can be. I don't need them to be pulling the bone out because then you're just eating like this big. It's delicious. I mean, I'm not complaining. I like eating it off the bone. You know, that's part of like the rib things. Let's see what the corn looks like. Oh, yeah. Still hot, man. Oh yeah. Sweet, not mushy. So what I like about cooking corn in the hump, just goes nice and crisp and poppy, but cook all the way through. Super sweet. Super sweet. Bon appetit. I don't know what to say, Vinny. You know, what's that when you're at a party, you're at dinner and no one's talking? What's that mean? Food's really good, right? Corn on the cob. Freaking ribs. Might as well be sitting in some barbecue joint. Oh, no. We're in the woods, Vinny. There you go, man. Push yourself, get out there in the woods and cook some different foods, and hopefully you can try this technique, let us know how it goes, and yeah, get in the woods.
I've seen it in my dreams. Fire.
That's really good, man. I feel like a bird of paradise. You know, they do that nutty shit. They're going around and like throw rocks in the air and build like little weird little structures to like woo a female. Vinny, I'm just, look, I built. Are you impressed? You want to make the light? Got these new glasses over at Rite Aid. You know, $20, man. Got ripped off. But they made me sign up for, you know, you got to become a member and then you can buy one, get one free, but only if you give me your phone number and, you know, date of birth and the birth certificate of your first freaking child. Then you can get in the Rite Aid Club, so gave him a bunch of false information. Oh, God. And I got the glasses for free. Suckers. How do I feel about Subaru? Stop the car real quick. Yeah, I love Subaru, man. You know, all-wheel drive. Hey, I'm Brad Leone. I don't always drive, but when I do, I trust Subaru. Subaru, get out. Enjoy the wilderness. Double here. Do we have to do the tent? Nowadays, these things are pretty straightforward. It's usually just a couple. Oh, Jesus. Vinny. I mean, come on, bud. What the hell is this? This isn't funny, bud.
God damn it, I lost Fennel's signal again. This transmitter's a piece of shit.
We're not live here, Vinny. We have the option to edit that. Thank God. Nowadays, these things are pretty straightforward. It's usually just a couple. Woo! Hey, I'm Brad Leone. Another useful tool, the hatchet. That sucks. Another useful tool to have in the woods. Patent pending. What's that all about? Boys better get on that. We're like gods out here, Vinny. Creating life. Oh, the reason why my little favorite Staub, how do we pronounce that? The 6-year vinegar of, oh God. You know, you're gonna drink beers, you better not be throwing them in the wood. I find you end up on the grill, baby. No, I'm just joking. Hey, where the hell are we? New York, Connecticut? Oh, jeez. Ow! I broke the bucket, Vinny. I hope this works. Well, that didn't work. Oh, my butt's getting a little warm, Vinny. But I tell you what I ain't wearing. I ain't wearing no damn goggles in the woods, Vinny. Oh, God, smoke. I don't think so, pal. Kidding me? Oh, God, Vinny. I can't see. Yeah, there are no tips. It's called suffrage. Hey, what the hell are you doing up there, Vinny? Haven't you learned anything? You get hurt as far away from help. It's really straight about getting hurt out in the woods when you have a Yeti. They say you want to put, you know, if you come... Oh, take the thing off. Throw it in the Yeti. Head down to town. It's done. Oh, pretty neighbor. No, I'm just kidding. Birdwatching is great. Where's that right on? Vinny! I got you, babe. Creeps. Oh, look at that tree. Oh, Vinny. Look like an old maple someone cut. Oh, it's everywhere. Oh, boy. It's amazing. Well, maybe we should. Maybe. But, like, you know, sometimes you ever just drive and, like, you're paying attention, you're driving. I never, like, I'm not crashing the car or nothing. But, like, you almost, like, I don't want to say blackout because I'm not sleeping, but, like, you know, you start driving for a couple hours and all of a sudden you're like, I don't know what the hell I did. Oh, man. Pretty sure that's what serial killers say. Oh, train tracks. No hands, no feet. I got hot air on my hands, cool breeze on my face, air out the Bellini. Yeah. Oh, you worried about no hands on the wheel then? Don't worry, dude. I'm certified up to 200 miles without driving with the hand. I can go in circles, S turns, whatever. Actually, it's a little bit of a skill of mine. Oh, cheap. What's great about the charcoal factory, if you cut yourself a grab one of these, take a little swig of that brown from last night. Brown it off. Just joking. Not terrible. Yeah, I'm a little lost, right? I don't know why. Looking at this fire has kind of got me in the... Just put me in a dark place, thinking about my house. We love nature, man. Why do you think we're here? Sure beats the... Well, you know, that's not true. Love where we work, you know?
You're safer in the air.
I do.
Yeah,
I mean, what's better than nature, bud? Look at that. Look at the smoke going through the trees, okay? And the way the light goes through the tops of the oak trees there. You know?
You're not going
It's
anywhere
art,
but a
Vinny.
safe house to listen to.
You know who my favorite artist is, Vinny? Mother Nature.
Pick him up.
No way. I'm not
That's why we're here,
anywhere until
visiting
I
an
know
old
he's
friend.
okay.
Old Mother
Any more
Nature.
chances?
Burn, baby. Hendrix, you know? Yeah. Hey, what are you doing on your phone, Vinny? Oh, you got a text message, Vinny? Real cute, all right? Sweating, passion over here. You're checking text messages.
You don't mess
Do we
around,
have to do the tent? So I got this tent from a friend, Polar. I don't know what that's all about. I've never set this up, so, you know, this will be fun for everyone. Nowadays, these things are pretty straightforward. It's usually just a couple Jesus
Somebody's pressing
Christ.
the call buttons. Get ready.
Then, oh, God. Get that going right on the shoulder for now. Okay, I see what's going on. Oh, setting up tents suck. But you want to do this before it gets dark, that's for damn sure. Oh, Jesus. Vinny. I mean, come on, bud. Are you kidding me? What? I'm not doing it. Vinny, I'm not doing it. I've never seen such a thing in my damn life,
Here we
Vinny.
go again.
Yeah, good job, Polar. Vinny, no. All right, I like to cook. I don't like setting up tents, Vinny. Nah, especially tents that aren't mine. I don't know how to do this. What the hell is this? This isn't funny, bud. Oh, Vinny, oh yeah, I got a tent for you, Brad. Real easy to set up. Could have built a freaking house by now. Look at this freaking thing. It's probably pretty good. What the? No, I ain't doing this, Vinny.
This
No, it's not pretty much built, Vinny. What's wrong? What? Is there no instructions for this? This is bullshit. You've done this before, Vinny? Why don't you put down that camera and help me? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Real good way to get me aggravated. I hope that's what you're going for, because it's working. We'll see. A little trial and error. A little waste of time. This ain't right, Vinny. Well, how the hell is this gonna
What's
work?
going on? What happened to the power? I'll wait here.
Oh, what am I gonna do with this thing? Where does that thing go? Man, what, is this supposed to flex or something? Oh, I see. All right, maybe it's not. I get fired up. You know, I get a little emotional. All right, Polar. Maybe I'll, we'll see. Whoa. Oh, I see. Yeah, we get a strong wind. I'm gonna go freaking flying in this thing. Like, what was that lady with the freaking tornado? She got him a tornado. That movie, Vinny? Wizard of Oz. End up in freaking Wonderland or whatever the hell. Oh, ain't so bad, Part of it is you gotta get a little pissed off. You gotta curse. You gotta kick it around. All right. Look at that freaking thing. How you get in this thing? Oh, I got a door. All right. Maybe we'll throw a couple stakes in. Fire's looking good, burning down. Let's check on the fire real quick. Take a break from this thing.
There you are. How did
That's
we get
it, buddy.
separated?
Let's
I
go
remember the power
canoeing.
going out in the elevator.
Let's go
And the next
noodling.
thing I knew, I was arriving on the top
This is
floor.
either going to be
It was
great or
gone.
terrible, huh, then?
You should have a visual on the evac chopper.
I know.
Oh my god! This is crazy. I'm not waiting here. My dad's in danger.
It'll be fine. You're the one I'm worried about. You just need to calm down.
Sorry.
This way. Here, what the hell is she thinking? Headed for the garage.
Today, Vinny, we're going to be making one of my favorites, half sour pickle. Picture the cucumber vines growing around me. Or not around me, but, in the background. Hawks buzzing. Rabbits hopping. Okay. Some people like the full sour, but for me it's a little too, I like it a little too mushy, the full sour. For me, a pickle should be bright in color, nice crisp to it. So I picked up these little Kirby's, little cuties here. I gave them a little wash with water, and that's about it. Basically what we're doing is we're making a saltwater brine, and then we're gonna add some spices, some garlic. I like to add a little dill, and then it's real simple. You just put the cucumbers in, put the old lid on, and then pop it in. I put it in the fridge for about 10 days. That's it, and you end up getting just a perfect pickle. Check this out, Vinny. This got science all over it, but I got my little project book. So for pickles, I got this on the old internet, and it's just a saltwater brine, the percentages. So I'm gonna go with 3.5% and 2 quarts. So we're gonna need 66 grams of salt. We'll pop that right on there. Here, Vinny, I'll turn this around for the sake of television. So what did I say, Vinny? 66, right? Grams, that is. Okay, top. Oh. 67. And then I'm just gonna add the water. This is like room temp. You can, you're just gonna dissolve the salt. So now I'm just gonna give that a little shake. Okay. Scooby-Doo. Smells like more. All right, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna add all my spices. Like I got some real good garlic from the farmer's market. I like to give it a little crush. We explained that in that one, and I think we put that into that garlic honey episode. But with garlic, when you crush it, it's kind of like a 2-part epoxy. It's like a 2-part glue or epoxy. You crush the cells. When something is crushing the cell walls, and it makes a thing called allicin. So it starts to make the allicin, and that's like the super, what's really good for you in garlic.
Why
And the
there?
allicin is what's really, really good for you in garlic. I believe. But I think we talked about that in a different episode. So I give it a little crush and just a little slicey chop.
I don't think Armacam was interested in what was on the front.
And that can go right into the brine, like so. And then next we'll add celery seed. You don't have to go measuring. Just I do it by how I'm feeling. Just a little celery. Here we got a little dill seed. Just a little bit. Stuff called fennel pulp. Kind of expensive, but you know, it goes a long way. A little dab will do you. And we'll just do a little pinch of that in there. Look at that, huh?
He looks okay.
And then also,
but the pilot's
I'm not
dead
going to do
and
it
Jen
just,
banged
well,
up
maybe I
pretty
do it
bad.
first. What the hell, right?
What about
It's
you?
Friday, Vince.
I'll live.
This is dill
But it'll
pulp.
be a while before I
Little
can
pinch of
ice
that
skate
in there.
again.
Okay.
All right. In that case, I want you to stay with Jen and wait for the medevac.
You sure you want to send him alone?
And then I like
These
to put
guys
just
ain't
a little
fucking
bit
around.
of dill, fresh
Don't
dill
have a
in it.
choice. That'll could be anywhere, and Alice is
And
out
then
there
what I
on
like
her
to do, a
own.
little
By the
wild
time
card
you
here,
get reached,
Vincenzo,
she could be dead.
is I got some of these
Still
little
a couple of clicks away from the
cherry
railroad
peppers, okay?
You're gonna have to get there.
I don't want it too spicy. I'm just going to cut out that top green there. And, you know, whatever kind of pepper you want. Yeah, that's optional. If you don't want to go spicy, then don't do it. What's that look like, man? It's like grain. Or a walnut. Yeah, great story, Brad. What's that stuff in peppers that's hot? Cacascius? Well, Claire, the stuff in peppers that's hot. How do you say that? Capsaicin. Thanks, Claire. Half sour herself today. Oh my God, Claire, perfect. Half sour Claire. Oh my God, perfect, Claire. Half sour sapphids. This is how things happen, organically. All right, Vinny, pay attention. So we're just gonna slice these thin here. Throw that on your sandwich with the pickle. Shazoom, right in. You know, should we grab a couple rose peppers? Yeah. Yeah, Vinny, hold on, I'll be right back. Or you come with me, bud. Ooh, a little crepe cake? Oh, Claire, what are you doing? All right, Vinny, we're just gonna throw a few in there. Like so. Orson Welles? Orson Welles? What the hell is that, Vinny? Claire, what's Orson Welles? Citizen Kane? Oh, the movie? Citizen Kane? Isn't Citizen Kane a movie? It's focused around rosebuds? Sounds great. Thanks, Vin. All right, Vinny, so now we're just gonna throw the cucumbers into the brine, okay? I'm pushing bad boys down a little. And that's it, bud. Look. Throw the lid on this. Give it a little shake for good measure, Vin. Get all that garlic in it. Look at that. Oh, you know what I forgot, Vin? Silly me. Is the we'll do a little mustard seed in there. And I read somewhere you can, to help them keep crunchy and firm, people throw like oak leaves in there and stuff, or I heard mustard seeds too can act that way. Not quite sure why, but I'm sure Google can tell you.
You're gonna be moving up the satellite. They're all over that area. Watch your back.
Highest proof? Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll add a couple black peppercorns then. All right, boom. We'll pop this in the fridge for 10 days. I like to go in to the fridge about every day. I like to do it every day because it's fun and just give it the old turnaround, you know, the old whoof. Just to get things mixed up and nice. Make sure everything's getting all happy. So one of them things called snow globe. Oh yeah, man. What do you want for Christmas, man? We need 11, half sour, rad. I mean, there's probably 4-year-olds I can write that. Jesus Christ. All right, let's go, Vin. Oh, look, Vin, perfect. Brought to you by Suntown. Oh, these are some old ones. Kind of a sad situation. What's up today? Certainly still very well. I mean, I have lots of crunch to them. Big flavor, seasoned all the way through. I mean, come back in 10 days. I'm going on vacation, so see you later. Well, hello! Rappo, you like pickles?
I do, but I don't like sweet pickles.
This is not sweet. Half sour, dill garlic.
Sour?
Looks like it's got a nice green color, yeah? Get in there, Vinny. This is 10 days. Cold brine. Nice.
Good sandwich pickle.
Good crunch?
Very good crunch. Cucumbery, but still infused with flavor.
Well, very well seasoned, yeah.
I would like a ham and cheese sandwich now. And then we'd be all good.
Knew I liked you. Check this out, Vinny. Really, really penetrated into that part of the cucumber, and we'll cut one open. Yeah. You can almost see where the shade starts to get a little darker in there, and that's just the brine. Over time, starts to saturate it, which is nice as long as it retains its snap. Ooh. You hear that snap? You pick that up, Vinny? So yeah, make yourself a little ham dough sandwich and be living. You show up to a party, everyone's bringing. They got the hamburgers. You show up with some homemade half sours. Oh, Andy, what's up, bud? Yeah, here, speaking to the microphone.
Can I have one?
Yeah. Vinny can't get his equipment together. What, huh? You don't feel so good. Great. Too salty? Right there.
No, it's right there.
Right there. Yeah. It does at the end. You could up it, but that's personal preference. But the overall crunch, texture, boom. So yeah, we'll pop that back in the fridge and got yourself a little half sour there. I think 10 days is when you can start to eat them, but I think you got a solid month in the fridge before you start to lose some of that crunchiness. That shouldn't last you a month, I can eat a couple of those a day, no problem, It's perfect, man. Put them in whatever you want. You know what this go great with? A little bit like a little tuna melt. Who doesn't love a tuna melt? I do. Let us know if there's anything you'd like to see me and old Vincenzo here ferment. Put it in the old comment section. We'll try to crank away and do one of those.
I got a feeling this situation is about to blow up.
Bon appetit, Vinny. Oh, vacation was great, Vinny. Best lobsters I ever had. And then we had steamers and corn and the beach, Vinny. The grass is blowing in the background, What else you want in life, A couple $1 million. We got to wrap this up, bud. Today, what's today? The 21st. We got that big old America solar eclipse today. Total eclipse, Vinny. We're not going to see the total. We'll see a partial or whatever they're calling it. That's happening pretty soon, Vinny. We should probably wrap this up. Bring our pickles downstairs, and we can go check out. The Earth's going to get weird. Vampires are going to come out, and who gives a shit? We got pickles. All right, me. Check. All right, hit those marks. Ooh, look at this. Feels like we're standing on clay. All right, can I wear my sunglasses? All right, Vince. All right, so we're up here in Duxbury, Massachusetts. We're at Island Creek Oyster Farm. Kind enough to have us up here, show us their operation. From the moment they start farming them to the second you eat them, oysters should be very much alive. We figured that would be a perfect place to come up here and learn about oyster farming since we love them so much. And yeah, take two. So I think this is take three. Start from the beginning. Oyster farming company. Take 5. That was good. All right, we're gonna be oyster farmers. I didn't like that one, Ben. Champagne and your oysters, and no, that sucks. Kind enough. Now, me and old Vinny. No Vinny, right? Damn. I thought that dramatic exit was going to be the intro's the hardest part.
I'm losing your signal. Leaving me out of contact from here on. Careful of these waves.
This is the lab we need, Vinny. The science lab we need, all right? Science, Vinny. Oh, you know what this is, Vinny? This is that Ecto stuff. Remember the juice boxes, the Ecto Slimer juice? Remember that? The High C made it? Slimer stuff? The Ghostbusters? All right, Vinny, we're out here, Island Creek Oyster, and we made it into, this is what, your hatchery. So this is where you take baby oysters, raise them, feed them. I'm assuming this is algae you're growing?
This is algae.
So you're growing that and you feed the baby oysters, and you're mating adult oysters in here, raising them to a point where you can bring them out into the bay.
Yeah, there's 2 things we grow in here, oysters and oyster food.
Okay.
So everything you see around us is oyster food. So we've got millions and millions and millions of baby oysters, but they grow out in here until they're about the size of a flake of ground pepper.
Okay.
So at that point, you can hold 800,000 of them in your hands, cupped like that. It weighs about 2 pounds.
Wow.
From that point forward, if you flash forward 18 months, that same handful will weigh about 200,000 pounds and take up an entire acre of Duxbury Bay.
Wow. So they grow pretty rapidly. So it starts as a larvae where they're actually a little swimming little oyster critter, and then once it mixes and it gets what are we calling that? When it all happens, when you sperm hits the egg, what are we calling that?
Fertilization.
Yeah, so when it gets fertilization, that's when it becomes a seed.
Yeah, so once it gets fertilized, then it turns into this free-swimming larvae cruising around eating algae. And then after a couple weeks, it forms its shell.
So then after the hatchery, which you're in, where do we go next?
Next step in the process is the upwell.
All right, so they're in natural habitat water, but in a unit or something?
Exactly.
All right, well, maybe we go check that out, huh, Ben? What do you think? So they made this little system, Vince, where the water comes pumped up from the bottom, so they're constantly in a flow of water. That'll keep them alive and feeding them, right, and it allow them to grow.
Yep. So they're feeding off of the abundant nutrients in the water column here in the bay, and it allows them to eat to their heart's content. And what we're doing today is they're going to be going through a grader. The groups that have hit the 1/4-inch mark out to our nursery system, and the ones that aren't quite there will come back into our upweller. You got the bottom? Yeah. We'll start falling into that. There we go. We got some extras. We'll just rinse them out.
She died 6 days after we pulled the plug.
This tub right here, Vinny, cost you $1 million. I don't know if that's true.
Release sequence
Very
complete.
nice. Grab the hose. Right.
Whoa! Get that, Vinny? Hey, Vincenzo. Is this your first boat ride? It's our first boat ride, Vinny. You want to hold me over the front?
We're heading out to our oysterplex. You'll see a bunch of basically floating houses
Cool.
for all the different farms out here.
Oh, that tumbler. Looks like you guys are mining out here.
So that's our sorter.
All right.
So Tanner, he's our resident high schooler.
All right, Tanner. Tanner, what are you doing, Tanner? You got 15 seconds, Tanner, make it quick.
All right, we're taking the seed, we're sorting it. These ones are going back in the upwellers, and these other ones are going to move on to something bigger.
Very cool.
Does that make it?
You made it. Vinny, you getting some good shots of before the drought, before the tide. Vinny, pay attention, bud. We're working.
So, let's get this guy up.
These came right from the upwelling system we were at on the dock. How long have you been out here?
These guys have been out here about 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks. Oh yeah.
Much bigger than that.
So yeah, look how much they grew there. Vinny, get in there. Went from I'd say about doubled in size, huh?
Yep.
Right on.
All right. And what are we doing with these again, Olaf?
So these are coming up to our nursery system up in the back river. Back river.
Back river.
Get a little water on it. Oh, backfired, Vinny.
Why? I just picked up his signal.
Now, why do you want to drop oysters in a riverbed?
As you can see, the water's quite murky. There's a lot of growth here in the
A lot
water.
of nutrients, warmer water, so you drop them here so the oysters will essentially grow fast, give them a
Grow
little
faster. But it's one of the reasons why the Island Creek oyster has that unique flavor profile to it. It's the mixture of the estuary water and the seawater that together gives it a combination of brine and really nice earthy flavor.
All right, that's it. When they go to high school, they're not on the bottom?
They are.
They are.
Island Creek oysters are bottom planted,
How the hell do you get them?
either by picking or we dredge them.
So when I go to a restaurant, I eat an Island Creek oyster. It goes through this whole stage that we did, and they finish on the mud bottom. Just like Mother Nature would have said.
Our Aunt Dottie products are grown in trays, which you guys will see out at Saquosh at low tide.
Hi guys.
Hello.
This is Brad and Vince. This is the crew. So they are taking the market-sized oysters that they have dragged up here this morning, and they are sorting them by size and counting them up by 100 counts. These are market-sized, bagged up, and shipped to Manhattan tomorrow.
Wow. Hey, Benny, look. I found your relatives. Bad bastard.
So we're
side, we're gonna throw that back there.
I would put that in because it has
A nice cup. Okay. What about this mammer jammer? What do you guys do with these monstrosities?
Right down here, these are jumbo.
Jumbo. Got a little small, but a good cup. Maybe a little Tommy.
Oh no, it has to be round.
Oh, okay. Well, that's looking like a Keller. Oh, okay.
I know.
All right, Vince.
Tricky.
All right, it's not very easy, Vince. A little flat, kind of a little cup. Maybe throw it back.
Yeah. Give
Yeah?
it a little time.
Give it a little time. Now, would you? How does that work when, like, I know she was telling me before about breaking off the new growth? Vince, I found another one of your relatives. You know what that is? Horseshoe crab. Yeah, prehistoric son of a bitch. There you go, bud. I ain't here to do no harm. All right, Benny, enough with the horseshoe crabs, man. Come on. So remember before, Benny, when we came out here with the little skiff with Olaf, and we pulled those bags of the seeds out of these, remember this was all underwater, and we actually drove over these cages over there. Then we got a little rain. God, the oyster gods are on our favor, Vince.
Does this screw up your camera?
Don't worry about Vince's camera.
Okay.
All right, God is speaking to us, Vince. Don't interrupt the oyster gods. Let's just have a moment. Oh, look who joined the party. Our little Vinny, afraid of the rain. So we sorted them all out by size, and these are at the right size. We're going to bring them to finish into the bay waters. At 2 years is when they pull them, and that's when they go right to the restaurants and the consumer. You following me here, Vin? What do you think, Vinny? We fold up this whole little video idea and we just become oyster farmers up here, huh? Not a bad life. Do oysters, I mean, this might be a stupid question, Vinny, you might want to pay attention. Do oysters, can they move like clams? Nope. Where'd Vinny go? Vinny, did you hear that about the winter? So in the winter, they take every single oyster out of the water and they put them in the basement of that house down there. Go ahead, take a look. They have like a big root cellar, and they can stay out of the water that long, and then come springtime, all of them go back out here. Vinny, oysters? That's a new way to serve an oyster. Vinny, oyster? No way, still that yet. I'm gonna do this. My stand here, the founder, starter, owner, managed the plan, Skip Bennett from Island Creek Oyster. When did you get started? How long have you been oyster farming?
I started growing clams in 1990.
Clams you started with?
And then they all died in 1995, and I switched to oysters. There's so many different influences that create the flavor nuance. These are exposed for a long time, but they're also really close to the opening of the bay here.